Welcome to the TestNG series. In this video, we are going to learn what is a data provider annotation in the TestNG and how to use that. Okay, let's jump into the program. Data provider annotation will help us to perform a data driven testing. How this is different than passing a parameter from TestNG XML is, from the TestNG XML, you can pass a parameter. But whereas in the data provider, you can give multiple sets of a data to run your test case, the test method. That method will execute for each and every set of a data that you provide on the test ng data provider annotation, and this accepts data array of objects. If you want to pass some complex data or the multiple sets of a data, the data provider has a more flexibility and has an advantages than passing a parameter from the testng xml. Let's see this. If you want to understand the parameterization concept from the testng xml, please watch my previous video, and here I'm not going to cover that. I'm directly going to work on the data provider annotation. Okay, let's create a class. I'm going to create a TestNG class. Let me name this as data provider example. Okay. This is my test case which got created. Now I'm going to create a data provider. That is a method public object. I'm going to name this as create data. Okay. What this method is going to return, it is going to return an object which is array of objects. Okay. Now let's see. Return new object. This is our return type. Okay. In this, it is a two-dimensional. I'm going to have, let me take any product which is like, let's say a Dell. Since it is a two-dimensional, let me put 30,000. This is an array, and our object is going to return array of objects. Now I'm going to add one more, like HP. Okay, see, this is our method. This is where you have your data, and now how data provider will help us to run using this data. I need to name this as a data provider. Okay, I annotated with @data provider. Let us give some name to this. Name is equal to my data provider. Okay, I just named this particular create data method, which is going to return these two products, which is in the form of an array of objects. Now how you access the data using this data provider in your test case? Since you name the data provider as my data provider, I'm going to use data provider option at the annotation test level. Data provider is equal to, you need to mention my data provider. Okay, once you have defined that, you would be able to run this particular test. Let us put as test data provider. This is my method. Now inside this method, I want to print these two product details. Since I have here the product name and some number, let's assume like an ID of the product or price of the product, two parameters I'm passing. I need to accept two parameters to this method: string product string some number. Make sure the number of parameters you are adding to this data provider match with the number of elements in the array. Otherwise you will face an exception, you will get an exception. I will show the exception also. And let us print that product some number. Okay, now this data provider supplies data to this method to run this method two times. Okay, if you notice, this particular test executed two times because you have two sets of a data. This will execute how many ever sets you have, that will execute. By default, all sets of data will be executed on this particular method. Okay, that is the use of a data provider, and make sure you have the same number of elements with the number of parameters for this particular test method. Now let's remove one parameter and see what will happen. Let us remove one. Let me remove this also. If you run this, you are going to see an exception because the number of parameters doesn't match with the number of elements. See, method matcher exception. So that doesn't match. That's why you need to make sure these two matches. Okay, this is the use of a data provider. And one more thing, if you look at the TestNG data provider, okay, this need not to be an object always. If this can be a string, because whatever the parameters you have, everything is a string. So better, if you know what type of data you are passing, you can use the data type. Otherwise you better to use an object. But sometimes in an interview you might face this question: do we have any limitation to maintain the data provider as an always object? No, you can use a string. It has been written somewhere in the documentation. Let me show you that. So it would be somewhere here, I have seen. Okay, it must be said that return type is not limited to object. Okay, so you can have your own custom data type also. It can be an object, or it can be a string, or it can be your own custom data type. Okay, please remember, there is no limitation that you need to maintain an object for a data provider always. I hope you understand the concept of the data provider. In the next video, I am going to talk about how the data provider can be accessible from outside the class. That is really useful if you are having multiple classes which the data provider is required for all of them. Instead of keeping them in a single class, we can keep the data provider outside, and that can be accessible for many other classes. We are going to see that in the next video. Thanks for watching this video. Stay tuned. Please feel free to comment if you have any questions. Thank you.